think I'm quite a reticent person and I'm quite a private person, and opening up and kind of going, there's my heart, was something I was quite nervous to do because it's so personal to me. I knew I wanted to make something different. I knew I wanted to, as a maker, I was, and I'm still scared of complacency and not learning. I was born in Palermo. My family are all from Sicily on my dad's side, and my mum's side are from the northeast of England. So when I was 5 years old, my parents divorced, and I, for the very first time, came to England. Roma is a memoir of my parents. It's the story of how they got together, how they broke up, and how they remember one another. And I think with that, it is also a retrospective on parenthood and the nature of passing down memories from one person to another.
I'm portraying a version of his mother and sort of following this woman's journey and her interaction with other people in her life. You can relate to things in your personal life, can't you? Or there are things that you identify with. And actually, I find it a bit of an emotional roller coaster.
Dance is such an ephemeral, fleeting experience. What is that like in a space that has existed longer than all of us on the planet? Durham Cathedral or York Minster, those places are almost 1,000 years old and they tell their own stories. And I don't think those stories should be finished yet. I think there's just something really beautiful about reimagining those spaces for contemporary society today, so that, you know, anyone can go in and watch a piece of theatre and watch a piece of art and be moved by it in that space.
I just can't get you out of my head. Your love, can't get you out of my head.
What we did in this work is we got my parents to talk about their memories of one another, so they haven't seen each other in 30 years. And for want of a better expression, they completed like questionnaires about each other, and they were vastly different. And we used those two responses to those questions to inform how the 6 performers moved and performed and told the story. We really tried to hone in on the essential components of these characters that came from my mum, my dad, me, family. But we kind of let them breathe a bit and let them be a bit malleable.
At first I'm a bit, well, I'm just a musician, you know, and I'm just like, I'm not going to be taking part in any acting type of thing, or certainly not dancing. Gradually I've realised, oh yes, well, I can sort of interact with people a bit, you know, and there's a side of it as well which I've enjoyed, which is bringing the humour side sometimes.
One of the things that's been really helpful for me with moving in the whole show is having a theatrical character to base my movement on. It feels less like I'm Brendan Murphy and more of this theatrical character that has a drive to project something, and that helps with the music that I play and the songs that I sing.
I would say the iteration of this version of the work actually was born around the time of Brexit, actually. The whole rhetoric behind borders and people belonging and not belonging somewhere fueled something in me to actually maybe defend my beliefs and my values, I guess, about how open borders should be. The story was about my parents and myself, but I wanted to work with this cast to look about how we made that a bit more broader and a bit more universal.
I feel like I'm playing a mother role and going through being a mother myself and also being heavily pregnant right now. I feel that there are some parallels between myself and the role that I'm playing. Certain frustrations that I get to explore, sadness and grief. You know, you kind of say goodbye to a life that you once had when you were a mother. Not saying it's a bad thing, but a lot changes, and I feel that my role also went through those changes as well. So I do feel quite precious about this part.
I knew for this work I was scared of falling into the expected, and it's just not a place where I want to be. So I wanted to try and take it down another avenue. I like to think I'm on the journey of learning how to achieve that, but I think it is a journey. I think I've made this work and it doesn't feel like an ending. So actually every time I see it, I find something new.